At Urban Connections, we are dedicated to the Near East Side community of Columbus, Ohio. We've been living and working here in our neighborhood since 1999.
My background in the neighborhood is I used to live in the neighborhood. Lived here with my 6 siblings and moved here when I was about 6 or 7 years old. The neighborhood wasn't a very good neighborhood. The police were always around. There were drug dealers on the street corner, prostitutes, and that's really what we saw every day.
This community is largely defined by negative things like crime, poverty, violence. But Urban Connections is working to change that, trying to build up this community from within.
I think what makes Urban Connections unique is the commitment of the people that are involved. They either live in the neighborhood or once lived in the neighborhood.
Urban Connections is committed to having a living presence in the neighborhood. We do this so that we can have a personal awareness of the issues that are going on in the community, but it's also to have a vested interest in seeing the issues dealt with.
I think something that really stands out about Urban Connections for me is that they don't isolate a certain people group or a certain neighborhood issue, but they really look at the neighborhood as a whole and at all of the different needs that people have. So from everything from faith to tutoring in the schools to abandoned buildings to neighborhood pride, all of those things come into play. And so they have a really great balance in holding faith and justice issues together and uplifting those both at once.
Organizations like UC come in and show a lot of care and love to the under-resourced or the overlooked, or to people and places that others, even those who are believers, wouldn't necessarily find worthy of investment.
What I liked best about UC was, being tutored every day after school. I went there every day to make sure I had help with my homework. The camping trips, we went whitewater rafting in West Virginia. I went tubing for the first time with UC. And just having Bible study, drawing closer to God, those things were really dear to me. And I'm happy that UC provided that for me. And my life would be so different. I don't know how it would be if I hadn't gone to UC.
When you have an organization who is kind of like a light in a tunnel, I think that people will start to come to that light and they'll want to join in on the efforts of how we can better the place that we live.
We are the hands and feet of the body of Christ. And as Christians, we are called to be the people who actually go out and do the work that Jesus calls us to do. And Urban Connections does that every day.
Urban Connections.
Connecting with Christ.
Connecting with people.
And developing our community together.